entered, obviously one way in, one way out, so you knew that everyone was going to have to come through this room. Disarming room, it's self-explanatory. All weapons were removed here. You were checked. It didn't matter if you were a member of the extended family or a potential enemy. All your weapons were removed before you went any further. This door was never opened at the same time as this door. There was a very heavy door here. To give you an idea of the scale, this is the bolt. It's about 6 inches in thickness. So there would have been a very heavy bolt here, very heavy oak door. This door was shut before this door was opened. So you were searched, it was decided if you were safe or not before you could go any further. If you were deemed a risk, you could be dealt with quite easily. The floor that you see here is a restoration. Anything wooden is new, but it's done in the way it would have been done when the castle was intact. It's a peg and dowel construction, heavy oak beams. The difference being that this is a lot more user-friendly. In reality, in all likelihood, there would have been a murder hole here. Big gaping hole, soldiers on top, and if necessary, they could pour boiling water down on anyone standing here. In the movies, you see them using things like boiling oil. It looks very dramatic, but it's not cost-effective. Oil is an expensive commodity. Pouring boiling water into a suit of armor is just as good as boiling oil. It doesn't look as flashy, but it has the same effect. The door itself is again a faithful recreation of the style of door that would have been here originally. The difference being that in reality on the outside of that door, quite often they had spikes of about this length dotted all over the outside of the door for a few reasons. One, it makes it difficult for battering rams. If you've got a wooden battering ram, it can get trapped on the spikes. If you've got a metal cap on your ram, it can get trapped between the spikes. More gruesome even, people are going to try and get through this door very rapidly because the people on the top floors are going to be dropping items down on their heads. Stone, wood, fire, boiling water again. So you're going to try and get through this door as fast as possible. The people at the front are going to be pushed by the people at the back. Hopefully this leads to a few people getting impaled on the door itself. All this was done because everything about this building has one purpose, and that's to keep people out, and if they get in, to kill as many of them as possible. The idea is that you have a small force of soldiers in here holding a much larger force at bay outside, because a castle is never going to win a war. The idea behind castles was there are fixed points, fixed fortifications. You hold a large army in place, and hopefully your allies will come from behind at some point. Literally a rock in a hard place. That was the concept. A castle is never going to win a war. It's just a way of soaking up troops. And the fewer troops you have in here, the less food you need, the less weapons, the less supply, logistics. So the idea is to have a small force in here fighting a larger force on the outside.